My name is Hause. I'm the captain of the Sistersville Ferry. I've been doing this job for 12 years now. I started July 4th, 2012. This will be my last year as I'm retiring at the end of this season. I lived in a small town called Waretown, New Jersey. It's South Jersey, and always in the water, on the water. We were always clamming or crabbing or fishing, and I loved it. So I joined the Coast Guard in 1982. Never even thought about getting out. I drove numerous size boats, a lot of different kind of boats. I actually got my captain's license while I was in the Coast Guard. So when I retired and moved here, actually I moved to St. Mary's with my wife. Our daughter was with the local newspaper, and she would attend the ferry board committee meetings. She told me that one of the captains that drove the ferry was moving to Florida and they're looking for another one. So I got my resume together and a couple papers, and I attended a meeting, and I was working the next day. Well, it's not a need. Like back in the oil and gas days, you had ferries all over, up and down the river. Now, it is more, like you said, it's more of a tourist attraction, because we have bridges about 12 miles south, another one about 12 miles north, and the other one's about 17 miles south of us. So we're the only county that does not have a bridge on the Ohio River. People come from all over the country who may have lived here, and they come back just to say, I come back just to ride this ferry. Around this area, it's very hard to find somebody qualified to drive the boat, just because it's a small town. They don't pay as much as the big commercial tugboats around here. They may get $40, $50 an hour. I certainly don't get that, but this is a good retiree's job because it's always seasonal. It is now. It used to run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and year-round. But now it's just May through September, and it's a seasonal job now. So I don't mind. To me, it's my play money. When I first started, I had to train under another captain. It took me about a month to feel comfortable to run it myself. This is the first time I've driven a tugboat, which is a little different as far as steering. It's got twin engines, which I'm used to. The only difference is with the barge being alongside the tugboat. That's very similar to when I was in the Coast Guard doing search and rescue. We would take boats in tow alongside to bring them into the marinas or harbors. So I was very used to that, but I wasn't used to the rudders on the tugboat, because it's got steering sticks instead of a steering wheel, and it's got rudders in front of the propellers and rudders in back of the propellers for more maneuverability. That I wasn't used to, and I just had to get used to it, but I got it. Just like everything else, if you train, you learn, you'll get it. The ferry is pretty significant as to its layout. The tugboat is beside the barge, so we have to be careful when we're running as far as weather. If the river is too rough, we can't run because the barge will bang up against the boat. And it can break the latch, which holds us together when we're moving slow. So high winds going up the river are pretty much the only reason we could not run, unless the river is too high or too low, because the landing on the Ohio side cannot accommodate too high of a river stage or too low. My crew is just one deckhand. They stay down on the barge. They open the gates, they collect money, and they watch whoever's on the barge. I had people, pedestrians, cars on deck that I had to make sure that I had to take care of. Because for me, safety is paramount. I got to make sure that my passengers and my crew are safe and not in danger at any time. It doesn't make money, but it makes enough money to sustain itself. We have a very good ferry board committee. The people on the board, all the committee members, they're very busy and very outgoing as far as they're always looking for ways to bring the public in to use the ferry, and to bring in businesses to help support, donate money. We have grants. If something happens, like we had a transmission go out, and we were down for over a month. So if the boat's not running properly, we can't run due to safety. I just keep the ferry running. I try to treat it like it's my own vessel, because I didn't, if it breaks, I got to fix it. Unless it's a major mechanical issue like a bad transmission or something. I'm not a mechanic, but I can read a book, and I work on all my own vehicles and always have since I was a kid. So I don't want it to break, otherwise I got to fix it.
Okay.
I won't miss going across back and forth on the ferry or the river. However, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it very much. But the people that I've met over the years, I've never met a person I didn't like. Some more than others, sure. And like I said, the families, I watch them grow. I let the kids come up to the pilot house when they come on board. There's one particular family that I talked about, the mother was pregnant with Avery was his name. Or no, yeah, Avery. His sister was Kaylin. And Kaylin was just in a car seat, and I just remember her sticking her little arm out the window with a $5 bill and say, "Here you go." And now she's a teenager dating. And it's like, man, I said the kids are growing up too fast. Yeah. And so that's what I'll miss the most. I'm glad we found somebody to take over, because even though I'm going to retire regardless of the situation, I'm glad Tom is going to be here to take over. I'd hate for me to retire and me be the reason the ferry stops running. Okay. The ferry is history. It's been here for over 200 years, and I like the fact that I'm being a part of history. So maybe people will remember me. They'll talk about me back in days to come. It's like, yeah, I remember when Captain Bo let us up in the pilot house and drive.
I do dream about it sometimes. Have some awkward dreams of driving the ferry and different things happening.
What's your greatest nightmare when it comes to the...
Sinking. Sinking with cars on board.